understand that every individual possesses talent and gifts to succeed. But the real question is, do you have what it takes to endure failure? This is today's live on Equa Television International, and we are really glad that you could join us on today's edition. We're talking about life, giving up. My name is Joyce Jakada. I'm not doing this alone. Sambo Solomon Sabe is right here. Jemima and yours sincerely, Engineer Tony J. Nakali, sipping his coffee. Good morning.
Good morning.
You call my name food.
So let's wait for the coffee. Okay. Engineer Tony J. Nakali.
Let's talk.
My beloved presenter.
Let's talk.
Okay.
My favorite presenter in 2018. See when you were favorite, 2018.
Oh no.
19, 20, 21, 22. 4 years, people have benched you.
Oh my God. Well, on Christ the solid rock,
whether you stand on him or not. Where you were favorite presenter, he was 2018 and you are standing on Christ. You are still standing, but you are not.
On Christ the solid rock I stand. Let's talk about life. You know, last week Tuesday we're talking about life and then the pathway to success. And a lot of people think that people that are successful are actually gifted. People that are successful maybe come from a family where everything is made already. So they feel, we are just here to accompany certain people. And others feel that, because I'm a Christian, so everything is just going to work out like miracles. People disregard process, and you talk about the fact that there are principles to all of this. And no wonder when we talk about riches, when we talk about wealth, when we talk about people that are standing out, you see that some of these people don't believe in the God we believe in, yet it looks like they are blossoming in their businesses, and when it comes to statistics, their names are being mentioned. So what do we need to do to become successful? And we say there are principles. That you're a Christian does not mean you should disregard those principles. If you are a Christian and you disregard the principles, then you will never succeed. So we have Christian billionaires. And why are they Christian billionaires? Because they followed the principle. From the creation, we established that God gave man work. So there's no way you will say, I will succeed without working. So the pathway to success is not without challenges. And that's why we're building on that. So do you give up at the point where you are faced with obstacles? Do you give up when you are overwhelmed? Do you give up when you feel like the world is against you? There are people that have done that. Like, I can't take this again. Some commit suicide. Just maybe it's the job that they are into. They just say, I'm no longer doing this. They just dash it away. It could be maybe some forms of relationship that will help you just do away with. If he thinks my life depend on him, to hell with him and all of that. So I want us to talk about giving up. Today there are really a lot of people down that path. They want to be successful, but they don't want to go through the process of becoming successful. And every successful person that I know that has a story, at some point they feel like quitting. If you ask them, if you hear them, they will tell you that. So how should people approach life when they are faced with challenges, when they get overwhelmed on the journey to success?
Well, I feel giving up is, you struggle before you get to the point of giving up. And that struggle, everyone goes through it. It's just that my own struggle may not be the same as yours. Yours may not be the same as another person. But everyone goes through the process of struggling. But then when you give up, you're saying that you're no longer interested in pursuing whatever it is you were pursuing initially. And then when you give up, you know that starting another, that energy will not be there, because you're starting with the mindset that if it doesn't work out, I will give up, just like I give up this one. So giving up should not be something that we should do. Lyrics of the song says, don't give up because it is not over. It is only over when you give up. So it means even when you fall, it shouldn't be a prerequisite for you to give up. You still stand up and continue moving. So giving up although there are a lot of struggles for everything that we do in life, but when you have that mindset that I want to push through, I want to do this, I want to do this, and you keep doing it, even when you fall, you roll, you crawl, you run, whatever it takes, just move. Whether you're moving in a very fast pace or not. But then I notice people in this dispensation, they don't even want to walk. People don't want to walk. They don't want to do anything. When you give them
so giving up becomes easy for them.
Yes, when you give them something little, they're already complaining. Oh, I did this, I have this to. They are bringing the whole family problems. They are personal.
Please don't give up. Oh, don't give up on them.
No. They are bringing their personal.
We're just starting the show. I've not reached that.
They are bringing.
We will reach.
Of course.
We will reach.
They are bringing their personal issues. Like, if all of us will bring our personal issues, I don't think this whole place will accommodate it.
I had a counselor, Jemima, when he was advising about choosing the right partner. He said, see, there's something that people disregard in choosing a life partner. That's someone who is a quitter. That you need to watch out for people like that, because there are individuals that are always quitting. They can start a job and just quit. Yes. They pick this skill, they quit. They pick on this, they quit.
They quit for a living.
That's what they do. So imagine taking that person as a partner 1 week into the marriage. I'm not doing again. So, like, you find that there are people that it's just like a lifestyle for them. If I put my hand, I go to the shop today, no sales. Tomorrow, no sales. I'm not doing again. And that just ends it.
There are people who are not firm within. They are hardly ever firm within. They don't even. Okay. If you look at everything about life, shows that man wants to prosper. Everything about life shows that man wants to prosper. It's just our hatred for the process. In other words, that's what we are discussing today. The way we so much hate the process. Now, look at the people who quit. Like I will always say, you achieve nothing from quitting except that you have quit. That's the only thing you gain from quitting. The person who quits wears clothes. The clothes took plowing the ground, sewing the cotton, harvesting the cotton, making the cotton into a fabric, then designing the fabric into the shirt or the trouser. It didn't. What I'm wearing was not made today. Even if the tailor made it today, there was a process. There was a process of making the fabric. There was a process of designing. Look at what we are wearing today. Yours is plain. Yours is plain. We, the brilliant one, we decided to wear something that breaks. You understand? So, in life, anything you do, Joyce, I still love you. Anything you do, if you are doubting the love, prove it. So, what was I say? Okay, we the brilliant ones. Yes. Jemima, you are a pastor's father. You are joining me to do wickedness on show.
No, I was completing your statement.
We'll meet after the show.
No, there's
We'll meet after the show.
Nobody.
Yes,
Nobody.
Yes, it's the same door that we are using.
Nobody. Okay, now. Nobody. It's why in your case, even the general manager of Ekwa TV cannot do anything. Because to him that is able to keep you from falling. You see, Joyce, people hate process. You wake up with an idea that is so brilliant. The idea didn't work. So you dumped it. Picked up another idea. It didn't work. You dumped it. Picked up the third one. It didn't work. So you decide that life has come to an end after trying 3 ideas only. The guy that generated the electricity bulb, he tried 99 times, it failed. The 100th time that he tried it, it worked. And they said that a journalist interviewed him and said, how did you feel failing 99 times? And his answer was that I did not fail 99 times. I discovered 99 ways that the electric bulb will not work. What have you discovered from not achieving? Seemingly, it seemed like you didn't achieve anything. Because if you bring down an idea and you say, I want this idea will give me 100 million, and the idea gave you nothing but spending the money you had from other ideas, and then you think that you have failed. The problem is we fail to look at what we have learned from not achieving the 100 million. That is why we start giving up. A lot of people are not firm within. The brother that has quit 2-3 jobs, be careful being related to him as a girl. I'm not saying he will not make it, but I'm just saying be careful. That brother does not handle pressure very well. Go to people's homes. When you see people having 3-4 house girls in a year, the problem is with the people, not with the house girls, because it's not possible that 4 of them don't have sense. It's almost impossible. But look at a person who has worked with a family for 10 years, no reward, nothing, and then she leaves, and then they start insulting her. You are ungrateful, you are this. No, something is wrong with where she is.
True.
When we talk about giving up, Joyce, like she rightly said, at what point do you start feeling like giving up? Most, if not all, of the times that people have given up, they gave up at the point that God is saying next month, next week, next day, and then a day before you are packing up, and then that provision comes to that location and you are not there. The giftings and the callings of God, they are without repentance. So it will not come back to God, it will go to someone else. In fact, somebody asked me a question at a seminar, I think almost 15 years ago. A pastor called me to speak to the church workers. And then somebody said, what happens to people? What happened to people who don't regard their gift in the house of God? They don't do this, that they feel arrogant. Like the musicians, they feel they are better than the sanctuary keepers, they call them, all these cleaners and all that. Then this fellowship is thinking this one is better and all of that. Then the pastor of the church said, before my brother answers this question, let me tell you something. God will collect that gift and give it to someone else. So I stood up, I said, Pastor, it's not true. His workers were there, his deacons, the Pentecostal church, his deacons and all of that. They were. I said, no. I said, God, his gifts, they are without repentance. When God gives you a gift, no matter how you mess up, he won't take it from you. No matter how you mess up, he won't take it from you. But you see, what makes your gift different from that of the others is the anointing. That's what he takes. And he puts it on top of another person that is diligent with his gift. And when that happens, you find out that Joyce is still the gifted person in the band. She's still the most outspoken person in the band. She's still the one with the most vocal gymnastics in the band. She's still the most skillful songwriter in the band. But her song has nobody has ever felt an impact. And then here is Jemima, who is almost tone deaf. But when she starts leading praise and worship, that's when people start feeling the impact. Why? It's because the Bible says, and God was with David. What could make you more anointed than God being with you? God was with other people, but God was with David differently, that it had to be mentioned. And you know what? Certain people who walk in the vineyard, they think that is their holiness that keeps them anointed. No, it's not. It's not. As a matter of fact, God is waiting on your responses concerning your wrongdoings. then he makes the next decision about you. Think about it, sir. David, of all men in the Bible, a man after my own heart. This minute he's messing up, the next minute he's on his face. This minute he's messing up, the next minute he's falling down on his face. This is not to promote lifestyles like that, but whether you like it or not, the Bible has even defined that we are in the world, but we are not of the world. That means the sister that had an abortion and sees nothing wrong with it, and the sister who did it and felt something on her conscience, that means she's still a Christian. If not, how will you know that you have done something wrong? How will you know? When you do something wrong and you start feeling it, and then something keeps pricking you up, something that is beyond a conscience, you know that it's your spirit that is speaking. So the people that are trying stuff in their lives, and it gets to a point that they feel God has not answered, it's better I go back to the world. And the Bible says that the peace I give unto you is not such that the world gives. He said, my peace I live with you. Not the kind that the world gives, because the kind that the world gives, when you become peaceful, they will collect it. They are the ones that gave you the peace. But when they see you at ease, they will collect it. God did not create man to live in a comfort zone, have everything comfortable, and make it. No. That curse from the Garden of Eden is still applicable. Because if it's not applicable, somewhere in the scripture, even though the law is abolished, but somewhere in the scripture it would have been mentioned. Because the Bible mentioned that God cursed the earth. And he said, he said that man must labor and toil. And he says, for the woman that brought the punishment upon you and I solo, that we didn't do anything, they brought it. We were just living chilly in the garden because of their ungratefulness, because of their
intelligent girl.
I'm not talking to you. Because of their
no, it's just
their reshigodia. I don't know the word in English. Anybody that is watching should translate it to the other person. Because you see, sir, God said that you, the woman, you will have pain during childbirth. The pain is second to none. Even scientists have confirmed that pain, there is no pain like that. And I wonder how some people have 12 children, but it's fine. There is no pain like that. That curse is still there.
Sure.
No matter what you say, CS, whatever you do, there will still be pain. So if man is living under that, and you understand that you are still paying for somebody else's wrong, but you are willing to move on. Sir, when people say God sees the hearts, is as well as your intentions. That's why your intentions must be pure about everything. Look at, in fact, men quit more than women. Provider quitting. No, you don't understand your role. That's why you are quitting. As a provider, let the lady go. When she gets married, she'll become somebody's responsibility. But before long, that person will put her on the right track and he will make her do something. Except if he wants to. Right? Except if he wants to. But look at it, that a man will say, I am quitting. And you say, why? You got a better job. It's better for me, for my sanity. It's better for me to just leave that place. Sir, the pressure that is out there, being an unemployed human being, is worse. Sir, you work, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you earn money?
I do.
Has it ever been enough?
Not at all.
So what makes you think today that if you quit, I'm speaking to someone through you, that if you quit, life will be better? when as a matter of fact you have something that aids life but is never enough. I have never seen anyone in this world whose salary has been enough for.
You know, you can't be paid for even your service. So when you have that understanding, giving up comes from the mindset. So if you have that mindset that I can't do it, like you can develop that mindset of resilience. So even when you're pressured, even when you're challenged, even when you feel overwhelmed, like you know that it's just process, it's part of life, it's like the pathway to success, and you are just resilient to all of those pressure and challenges. But there are people that feel that what they are paid should equate their service, but you can never be paid for your service.
Okay.
You can't.
Let's talk to such people, Joyce. Imagine, okay, let you put yourself in that position, and I put myself in the position of your employer. Right now, I'm paying you 200,000, but you're feeling it's too small. What do you think is commensurate to the services that you offer?
Let's say 500.
People are watching now. I'm interacting like an employer. We are not Equa TV. We are just staff and boss. What do you think is exact? What
We can start with 500,000.
Okay, so that's a very good amount to start with. Why is 200,000 small?
In proportion to my service, I think it's small.
Okay, so why, personally now, not your service, if you think that because it is proportionate to your service, that means your needs should be met with that amount, right? So what do you think your needs are that would accommodate 200,000?
Okay,
Okay, what do you, break down how you spend the 200,000.
Okay, let's say basic needs, like food, wears, and maybe some of my wants.
Rent, house rent, and all that.
Fueling of car,
hospital bills, and all that. Okay. Do you know money very well? How much of money do you know?
Well, I know that it has the ability to meet.
Like me,
needs.
I'm your GM. On the scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think you know me?
Let's say 5.
How much do you think you know Solo?
5.
Jemima?
5.
Okay. Money?
8.
Think again. You don't know money half as much as 5.
Okay.
Yes. The person who thinks of money as what settles bills is yet to know what money is. Have you ever had money? Have you ever been without money? Then you think, once I get money, I'm buying this, and the money comes and you never bought it.
True. Several times.
Why? It's because you don't know money. People don't take out time to study money. Money has a behavior. And you must know that behavioral pattern. If you don't know it, a friend of mine who speaks to people said some young men came to him with a very brilliant idea. And then they said what they need is 5 million. They need to buy a car of like 2 million, 2.5, open an office, do all of these things. No, he told them, at the end, he just told them, he said, I think what you need is about 350 to 400,000. They are like, no, sir, you don't understand. When people see you in a car, they do this, they do that. He told them no. By the time he was done with them, they started looking for that 500,000. These boys are in money today. People should study about money. If you work just because you want to have money, that's where you get frustrated.
True.
That's where you get frustrated. And the person who does not understand money can never ever think otherwise or even accept this point. I am still studying money. I'm still studying money. Because Why I asked you that question is because you are thinking 500,000 will make you comfortable. It might make you comfortable for that 1 month or the second month as you are being paid 500,000. The moment I pronounce your salary as 500,000 today, the area you live will be belittled in your eye. Your choice of shopping locations will be belittled in your eyes. Your idea of having fun in life will be belittled in your eyes. Where you regularly do that will be belittled. That 500,000 is coming with a new spirit within you. All the people watching now, they are arguing. They have not had money before. But that is what it is. So when you get to that level, the money comes, 500K. You that don't have friends, you start calling people. Let me just...
Let's meet now, 5 o'clock.
You say, your birthday is Saturday. Everything is on me. Exactly.
Send your account number.
People who plan to make money from ideas, there is no idea that should not give you money. But if that's the reason why you are making the ideas, you are creating the ideas, you will fail. Everything in this life is controlled in the spirit realm, whether it is negative or it is positive. So once you start thinking that if I have, and somebody is what is there, at least let me just have it. But you will have it, you will have more problems. These problems are health problems. These problems are even the community. I was given an offer one time of being of a political appointment, and I rejected. People cursed the hell out of me. People said everything like they know you are this, you are that. Now, and I sat down and I told one of them, I said, if I collect that idea, do you know what will happen to me? That appointment. Every weekend of my life is a political appointment. I'm going to have at least 20 invitations from church, 20 from the mosque, 20 from traditional people, 20 from community, this birthday, that launching, this album, that almanac, this mosque fence has broken, this one, and the appointment is not rich enough to service all these needs. But if I wanted to brag, I would have collected that name, that appointment. It would have given me a name. But guess what? I cannot want to ask anything from people any day.
Sure.
See, when he had a position, he didn't help anybody. So I applied the wisdom and I turned down the appointment.
You know, I've
and
watched,
people will think you have belittled that appointment. No, I calculated because I know how money behaves. I know how several times I've been given positions and small functions, maybe in a committee or in a community, and you have to look for money to power it. Being a leader comes with a lot of responsibilities. And you see, when they call you a leader, people think is when they call you GM or HOP or director of finance or director of audit that you are no sir, you are not a leader when they call you something. Once you know or you don't know, people are looking up to you as a leader. Do you have younger ones? You are leading them. Do you have a wife? You are leading her. Do you have children? You are leading them. At work, do you have people that are of a lesser cadre than you? You are leading them. You are just a leader. Somebody would think the least position in this organization is gate men. They have wives and children. They lead. So, and you must be responsible.
Even at the gates, they lead. They can decide. They will stop you, ask you all the questions.
There is being responsible. So, at what point should you feel like quitting, and why? Just because one idea did not work? Someone spoke to me, I think 2 or 3 days ago, that she wants to leave the city where she is. She's going back to Jos. Things are not working. This one and that one. That her mom said she should persist, but she has been persisting and nothing is working. The mother said, don't come back to this house till you make it. I said, it's the same thing I'll tell you. I said, it's the same thing I'll tell you. Make it. You told us that God directed you to that place. So stay there and make it. She did. He said, Uncle T, I am at the verge of breaking down. I said, let me tell you something. You are breaking down because you said it, not because you didn't make what took you to Lagos. But this is what I want you to do. I want you to pick yourself up, fuel yourself again, have the same enthusiasm as you did coming to Lagos. And I want you to spring up strong and don't give up. When one door closes, many more are open. Continue. But these bags that you have packed and you have 6 months rent, that is still, it's still running. You still have 6 months before you renew your rent. Stay there. Have you stopped trusting in God? No. Have you stopped believing in God? No. This morning she sent me a text that they called her in a place that she applied the year she finished service with her idea and she was bubbling. They called her. She went. She said they are Lebanese, right? People from Lebanon, they call them Lebanese. She went. While she was talking to them, her phone was ringing. Another place was calling her. I said, see, the devil is wise. The devil knows when things are about to click for you. And then he starts suggesting to you, this God that you say you are following, how many years have you been looking for this? Abraham waited to have Isaac how long? Why don't we learn?
Over 20 years.
Why don't we learn?
And I was going to say, most of the people that I've seen giving up, like that give up, like nothing good comes out from
Okay,
it.
Joyce, clear example. You are Joyce. We know you will work together. You are earning, we are earning, but you feel yours is small. And you want 500,000. 500,000 is not coming. And you have complained, but we're still working together regardless of your. Even we're hearing from you, at least we're hearing your complaints, right? And then suddenly you quit. Do you know the last thing we'll remember about you? The shirt you wore when you came to office the last day you are resigning, and the hairstyle you had, the shoe you had, one is bigger than the other, and your makeup was not too appropriate, but your nails were done. We remember things like that. That's all. That's all. Why? Because you have quit. Anybody who quits, they think they stopped working in a place. No.
And sadly, people will encourage you, will even help you to quit. But the moment you do that, you can't reach anybody again. At that point, you will start looking for all the people.
And you know what?
Advice.
There are people that will advise you to quit. Meanwhile, they don't have plans of quitting.
Yes.
And then you quit. 6 months, 1 year, you see them, they are still working. But you have
quitted. I'm using your English.
Who's English? Who's English?
This is the brilliant people's English.
Brilliant people English.
It's not my own, no.
Me, I said it, quitted. But you see, we stop remembering you the moment you quit. If we remember you, his memory is bringing things back. But it's not like, wow, Joyce, so how is Joyce? Where is she? What's happening? No. The Queen of England died not 50 years ago. Not 50 years. Is it up to a year?
Not really.
Even if it's up to a year, it's not more than a year.
Almost.
It's not more than a year.
No, I'll just.
I'm speaking your English. It's not longer than a year. But when she died, the whole world came to a standstill. People were going with flowers. There was like a bed of flower, like a city of flower. There was celebration. There was this parade to that. There was this march to that. There was this walk to that. There was everything. 3 months later, as if a queen never reigned. Not that she died, as if a queen never reigned. That's the Queen of England. You and I that live in Zermaganda, Mararabanjama, Ugala Street, all of these places, Gadabu and all that, who will remember, like, do you know what? Joyce, I said, if I decide to die, Jamima, I said, they should just carry me and bury me quietly. I don't want service. I don't want wake keep service or song. And I don't want. Just carry me. Don't even read anything that I've been this. If you want to celebrate me, Do it now. Like, go to my status and just go to your status and say, he has been this, he has been that. Say, let me see it. If I cannot see it, it doesn't matter to me.
In fact, I saw people giving that warning on social media after a popular musician died. That so look at the fame after death. Before he died,
useless fame that cannot be used.
Okay, look at all the solidarity in 1, 2, 3 within a week. Now people are just,
where is the case? Everybody is tired.
You get it's always like that.
And when he was raising
they have
alarm,
quitted.
when he was raising alarm, when he was saying his life, he's been threatened. Nobody did anything. Until when he's gone, people lighting candle here and there, and the
people have a lot to say about you, but you have to die first.
Yeah. That's why I don't want that.
People don't have your picture.
Because me, I've decided that I'm going with rapture. But if anything happens and I change my mind and I check out,
you check out.
Yes,
okay.
yes. We check out, but we won't chicken out. We will check out.
Yes.
Sir, believe me, I'm not bragging. If I'm dying, I will announce my death. I'm a Christian. I know that I will go. I will know. If you don't believe, it's fine, but this is my level of Christianity, and I'll announce it. I may not know the date or the time, but I'll tell people it's my time. I will announce it because angels will come to me, and I will know. I'll be that sensitive. I will tell people that time has come.
You said
so. To those of you, because I shouldn't say you should be you will be around. I don't know though, but anybody that is watching and is alive, they already know. I have said it. I don't want any. If I let it be quiet, let people look for me and not see me and ask, well, yeah, he has gone to be with the Lord. That's what I prefer than to gather people, kill cow. You didn't kill the cow now. So why do people do that? That's why a lot of people quit. I had a staff. She was always crying. She's working in Equa Television. Nobody in her family is watching her. But she sees posts of other people telling her their friends and loved ones they are doing well. We are proud of you. You are working on Equa TV. You are seen. But her family members, nobody. She was devastated. I say, I say, you want to just like that? That's your reason. I say, sit down. Let me tell you 10% of what I'm experiencing. Not going through. I don't go through things. Things go through me. I say, let me just tell you a few. I say, has this ever happened to you? And that's the person telling you congratulations. Okay. Have you ever seen a charm tied to your door handle? No. Okay. Have you ever killed a strange animal on your bed while you are asleep? No. Okay. Have you ever received a letter from people you work with threatening you to resign, that this seat belongs to this person, if not we'll take your life out? No. When we were talking, she said, sir, you have received all this. I said, I'm still telling you now. I said 10%. When we finished, she said, I contemplated suicide 3 times. Believe me, she told me, she said she browsed the easiest way to die. I just hope she's watching. She said she browsed the easiest way to die. And she told me, she said she saw it, how you sit in a car and do certain things, and then that she tried it 3 times. And what happens is that she will just sleep off. The next thing she will hear people waking up. Whose car? Her mother's car. So she will just hear people, morning, Safia, people are going to work. She wake, I didn't die. But she's not with Equa Television anymore. And I think she's doing well. She's watching. Nobody knows who she is, but at least. But think about it, sir. The same thoughts you had to become rich, from the same source, you are thinking of killing yourself. From the same source, you are thinking of having children and husband or wife and children. From the same source, you are thinking of going abroad. From the same source, you are thinking, to hell with all of these thoughts and these ideas. Me, I just want to.
You know, like you rightly said, people worry because, like, they consider their current state. There are people that have expectation. They compare their lives with people. People forget that this journey is just me. But it's not a race. So it's always about we finished school with Sambo Solomon. Look at where he is. Look at where I am. Like I can't take it again. I see people are giving. Even if it's the same. So
even if it's the same womb.
So these are some of the.
That's why some people carry their whole salary to buy cloth.
It is well with them.
It is well.
It is well with them, but it's important that people understand.
3 shoes with 1 salary. 3 shoes.
Complete the
3 shoes. Like this, like shoes.
I'm trying to add
my own and your
to
own.
What your size.
Whether
today, today we just make a little sense from our own angle.
You know what happened? Let me bring this story here.
Please, nobody should speak this English anywhere. It's just the English that we are permitted to speak on today's life. Shoes, dresses, and all of that. Please,
it's only us.
It's only us that have the right to speak bad English on air.
It's end, so please don't copy that. Interestingly, like I said earlier, there are a lot of people that have given up, and the story is really a sad one because it's either you are at the verge of your breakthrough, or you are just at the verge of that thing, getting that thing you have been waiting for, and you just give up. And some, after giving up, you see that their life, like there's no direction. They can't even find meaning to their life. A business man was interacting with me, and then he was telling me how he started a business, like a very big business idea. But of course, it will take a lot of effort, take a lot of time for it to start yielding. So he started with these 2 young men, and he shared the vision and everything with them. So while they kept working, pursuing, and of course from the start nothing was coming out because they were really toiling, that it got to a point just when he kept encouraging them. At some point they would say, like, they are tired, they can't continue this, they can't continue because nothing is, they just expected that this thing should just bloom and let me just be the millionaire that's this is the expectation now, why is it not coming forth? And then they just kept complaining, and he continued encouraging them, hold on, don't worry, we are working on this, like I'm very certain that this vision is going to yield. But it got to a point that they just spoke to themselves, and the 2 guys just left, and he just got 2 other young people, one female and the other person male, and they continued, like they pick up from where they stopped while those guys left. And barely a year, like what they've been working for, or what those guys that left worked for, these other 2 people enjoyed it, like they reaped in millions. He said he was sad that they had to go, but look at what they worked for. It's different people that are actually enjoying it, benefiting from that idea. Most times people feel that I've waited enough. I've waited. I can't hold on to all these promises. I can't hold on to all this encouragement. I can't do it any longer. Someone said that, now who no believe in God? Like, let me just speak correct English because I cannot speak that English. That he who, the person that doesn't believe in God doesn't know what he's losing. Like, we're talking about the giver of life, giver of hope. He doesn't fail. Like, he's the only God that, if you hold on to God, you will understand that all of these things are just process. A young lady made a mistake. She's in a relationship with a guy, and then they had knowledge of each other, like they had sex. And the girl, she's in the band, and then she's also in the choir. The guy is also in the band and also in the choir. So she decided to report herself to the pastor that, okay, this is what happened between me and this guy, this brother. We are in a relationship, and we just slept with each other. And the pastor said, what? She said yes, and that she's not comfortable with it. That's why she had to come and tell the pastor. And then they called the young man and said, did something like this happen? And he said yes. And when he said yes, so the church decided to place them on discipline. And they said, you can participate, come for your church at normal rehearsals, Bibles, everything, but you would not sing, or you will not be in front of the church and all. And the guy accepted, the girl too. They were placed on discipline, and he comes for rehearsals, he sings, he does everything, and the girl stopped coming. She came once, she started withdrawing, and she stopped coming. He kept coming, and he was welcomed back to fellowship. And then the lady even stopped coming to church, like she could not stand the shame and all. eventually the relationship ended.
Reporter is ashamed of his own news.
Yes. So now the reporter decided to even withdraw from the church entirely.
He's not ashamed of his own
So
news.
imagine if it was the guy that came to.
The guy was welcome, but he continued his singing joyfully and everything. In fact, the lady, people tried to even reach her, and she had to even relocate entirely from the environment and all. Like, sometimes we just look at, we are worried about the mistake, we are worried about our failures. We don't fail forward. We don't learn. Like, look at the story of this man that came up with this bulb. He said, I didn't fail 99 times, but I found out 99 ways. You get, so we are not seeing failures like our failures.
Yeah, Thomas Edison.
Yes.
999.
His grandmother is from Gombe.
Congratulations.
You can browse it.
Gombawa. So we should, when you have to do away with the mindset of
Joyce, am I still your mentor? Do you know where I'm from?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm proud to be associated with you, right? That's why I cannot give up, because
Elon Musk is from Jalingo. No, his mother is from Jalingo. His father is from. Be playing.
No, but I'm proud to be associated. They play. See, there's nothing good in giving.
Do you
up.
have evidence of disagreeing to this fact?
I'll explain time.
You don't have evidence. Me, I have evidence. I know his grandmother's house. We used to go and plug money from their house.
Someone said, you're on my side.
People should laugh small. We're just coming from independence that we don't know if we celebrated or not, but did you see Nasarawa state elections?
Yes.
That's a good example of not giving up. Did you see Kaduna State? There will be a rerun in 4 local governments. Yeah, it's also another example of not giving up. What other state? Did you see Plateau? Is also another example of not giving up. We have seen other states too that people persisted. If you give up, ask yourself, what is the result? At least I tried, it didn't work. It's a result. But giving up does not have a result. And that it didn't work does not terminate your life. You have to keep on. You have to keep on.
And there's no evidence that you tried.
Do you understand? You have to keep on. Yeah. And everything in this life is personal. When you are giving birth to that idea, there are no people watching you. You sat alone and you did it alone. And you make us understand that it didn't work. When, as a matter of fact, the ones that worked, you ate the money quietly. It's natural with people. It's natural with people.
True.
Do one good thing to a staff at work. You will never hear it anywhere. Yes, do one good thing. As little as sharing lunch with someone. You will end up being the one saying, I shared my lunch with Jemima. But you never hear Jemima saying, oh, Joyce, thank you for the lunch in public.
Those syntax.
Is the nature of people.
True.
And when we fall for that, thinking people should do otherwise, how can lion behave like a chicken? It's nature of people. People hardly say thank you. People hardly say you look good. People hardly tell you nice things. People are always waiting. They have their father's nature. Uncle D. Yeah, the devil. But people have their father's nature. When you see Christians behave, you wonder. After accepting Christ, he stopped there. You accepted Christ, but the devil is still mastering your life. No. Christians should do the nicest things, even if you are misunderstood.
What annoys you about giving up?
Well, when you see
that was very abrupt. Yeah, you just picked on.
And since I wanted to talk because we are
is this not a chance to talk?
No, it's a chance to answer a question.
It's a chance to answer a question, and that's why I want to answer and then leave before
you have marginalized going to be people in your life.
I'm telling you.
With the population on today's life,
I didn't mean I acted otherwise. It would have been something different because it would just
be
be
a patient person. Just answer her. Let's close the show. She'll do the show tomorrow with Plateau people.
You know, when you see someone that hands up and still complaining about the same thing, like already you have given up, you have quit, right?
It sounds so correct that you have quit is wrong. You have quitted sounds so correct.
How on earth is this spelling of choir the way it's being spelled?
There are some things, let's just leave them
like
the way
somebody they wrote Q.
That table.
They wrote Q-U-E-U-E something. How you spell Q? Yeah. They ask you to say Q-A-way. I say people like that, they will make it in life because they don't know it, but they have not quit. They say Q-A-way.
And when they told him the real one, he was blinking.
Oh, you saw that one?
Yeah. When they told him it's Q, he was blinking
like how can it be?
Like Mizambukwe.
Say I T-I-M-E. Time. It cannot be time. Time.
You know, you see someone that will just tell you that I've given up in life, and you expect the result of that giving up, and then the same result is that same complaint for giving up.
Worst.
Like you can't just figure it out. You can't just figure it out. So it is very important for people, you know, to know that life is all about pressure. Get the appropriate shock absorber and keep moving.
Jemima, what annoys you about giving up?
The fact that you don't empty yourself to give out your best. You just give a little quota and then you're not willing to continue again. And you're still complaining, just like Solomon Sambo said. When you give up, you don't complain now. But you give up without doing the best that you can and you're still complaining.
I don't like questions and instructions, so let me answer before they ask. Let me answer before they ask me. You see, you don't have a result when you quit. So why in the world will you quit? That's what is angering me.
And we are created to give results. And you are quitting
this
without
crew,
result.
they should set cameras and leave. They are doing my English.
Even say
the English is mine.
I even had Gaskia
on show. They should set camera and leave. The English is mine. I speak it the way
you own it.
Yes, I own it.
Not that it was someone own it.
The truth is, sir, how do you quit knowing fully well there is no result, but you still quit? It annoys me. And you see people who quit, it was their decision, but they blame others. I've not seen anybody that has quit and has not tagged a name on his reason. You people think, you people do, you people say, you people behave, you people act, you people, and then because you want to be out of these people's circle, you leave and you face the bigger circle. There's a circle there that is, you can't face it with natural strength. You are talking about pressure. I wish you brought this pressure issue earlier. How can you want to expect see a car that is moving without pressure? That car cannot move. Look at the aeroplane, it cannot move. Sir, after this show we'll be pressurized to go back to our desk to work. Everything you use pressure to go home, even when you know that there is no peace at home. Is you pay rent, is your house, or you built it, you have to go there. It's pressure. Your ability to endure it, to carry it, your ability to deal with it, your ability to say, hey, I'm created a man. Even as a woman, you can think that way. I'm created a man, and I have the capacity to deal with this issue. I will deal with this one, and by tomorrow it would have been dead and buried. I move on. It's important.
You know what annoys me about giving up is the fact that people want to be successful. People want to stand out without the determination to be better, to be capable, and even to be resilient. Because for you to actually succeed, challenges will come, pressure will come, and you have to develop that resilience to deal with that. And it's important that you know that the pathway to success is not smooth. There are definitely challenges, but you must develop resilience to face it and reach that part. On Facebook, we have Adebayo Abiodun Johnson saying, God bless Ekwa family. We really appreciate it.
God bless you too, Abiodun. We love you.
Austin Luca is saying, Thomas Edison, sir, 999 failed attempt of light bulb.
Thank you so much, Austin Luca.
Jonathan Bokos, Ekwa, my family, I love Ekwa.
We love you too, Bokos.
We love you too, really appreciate. So while you are determined to be successful, also try to fail forward, not fail down. When it comes, face it and keep moving. Thank you for doing this with us. From my beloved presenter, Engineer Tony J. Nakali, Jemima, and Sambu Solomon. Thank you for doing this with me.
Won't thank crew. Tomorrow they will
Cast
shoot
and
flower.
Crew.
They will shoot
See, they're already pointing hands at me.
Your ear.
Thank you, Martha. Thank you, Hassan Danjuma. Even though it's difficult for me to say, but thank you, Hassan Danjuma. Thank you, Victor Bande. Thank you, Jeff, Desmond, Moses. Thank you, Paul Yila, Samuel. Thank you, Patience. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, everyone. Until we come your way tomorrow, same time, you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Ekwa Executive.